The Top 10 Criticisms by Donald Trump's Former Allies. Donald Trump promised to hire only the best people, but in many cases, those best people don't think very highly of their former boss. In this list, we'll hear what Trump's closest allies have to say about him after working with him up close. Number 10. Mark Esper. Mark Esper was the fifth of Donald Trump's 6 Secretaries of Defense. Esper watched Trump propose that the military shoot peaceful American protesters and strike Mexico with missiles. Esper's verdict on Trump was, quote, "I think he's unfit for office. His actions are all about him and not about the country. And then, of course, I believe he has integrity and character issues as well. I do regard him as a threat to democracy as we know it. Our institutions, our political culture, all those things that make America great." End quote. Number 9. H.R. McMaster. H.R. McMaster was a 3-star general, a doctorate in American history, a veteran of multiple wars, and Trump's second national security advisor. After the January 6, 2021 terrorist attack on the Capitol, this was his reaction. Quote, "The reasons for yesterday's criminal assault on our Congress and election process are many, but foremost among them is the sad reality that President Trump and other officials have repeatedly compromised our principles in pursuit of partisan advantage and personal gain." End quote. Number 8. Bill Barr. Just to be clear, Bill Barr is an amoral Trump loyalist and apologist who weaponized the Justice Department to squash investigations of Trump and to harass Trump's political opponents. But even Barr couldn't support Trump's conspiracy to overthrow the incoming Biden government, calling Trump, quote, "detached from reality," and saying, quote, "somebody who engaged in that kind of bullying about a process that is fundamental to our system and to our self-government shouldn't be anywhere near the Oval Office." End quote. Number 7. Anthony Scaramucci. Donald Trump went through 7 communications directors, but Anthony Scaramucci might be the most memorable. How does he feel about Trump? Quote, "We have to focus on Mr. Trump being the most un-American presidential nominee in U.S. history. He wants to be part of the axis of autocracy with people like Vladimir Putin. He said publicly he wants to persecute, using the Justice Department, his political adversaries, and the list goes on and on." End quote. I'd say that's effective communication, Anthony. Number 6. Rex Tillerson. Publicly, Rex Tillerson, Trump's first Secretary of State, said this about Trump, quote, "His understanding of global events, his understanding of global history, his understanding of U.S. history was really limited. It's really hard to have a conversation with someone who doesn't even understand the concept for why we're talking about this." End quote. Privately, he's accused of calling Trump a moron, and that works too. Number 5. Cassidy Hutchinson. Cassidy Hutchinson had the title of Special Assistant to the President as a top aide to Trump's Chief of Staff. After witnessing Trump demand on January 6 that armed rioters avoid weapons screening before marching to the Capitol, and after being coerced against cooperating with authorities by Trump's lawyers, Cassidy said, quote, "I think that Donald Trump is the most grave threat we will face to our democracy in our lifetime, and potentially in American history." End quote. Number 4. John Bolton. John Bolton had a long, loyal history in the Republican Party. He was Trump's third national security advisor, and said this about Trump afterwards, quote, "A mountain of facts demonstrates that Trump is unfit to be president. If his first 4 years were bad, a second 4 will be worse. He will abuse the Justice Department. He has no philosophy, and he doesn't do policy making in any coherent sense as we understand it. It will be another random walk for America, and very, very dangerous." End quote. Do you remember when the biggest criticism that right-wingers had about Obama was his tan suit? I know I do. Number 3, Mike Pence. Remember when Barack Obama left office? He awarded his vice president America's highest civilian medal, saying, quote, "To know Joe Biden is to know love without pretense, service without self-regard, and to live life fully." End quote. Donald Trump treated his outgoing vice president a little differently. Trump tried to strong-arm Mike Pence into overthrowing the incoming Biden administration. When Pence refused, Trump incited an armed mob to attack the Capitol with Pence, the Congress, and Pence's family members inside. Trump called the chance of "Hang Mike Pence," quote, "common sense," end quote. Pence later said, quote, "Trump's reckless words had endangered my family and all those serving at the Capitol. I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year. I believe anyone that puts themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States, and anyone who asks someone else to put them over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again." I kind of doubt that Mike is expecting any medals from Trump anytime soon. Number 2, Jim Mattis. Jim Mattis, a Marine 4-star general, was Donald Trump's first Secretary of Defense. After seeing how Trump sowed violence in American cities, Mattis said, quote, "Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us. We are witnessing the consequences of 3 years of this deliberate effort. We are witnessing the consequences of 3 years without mature leadership." End quote. After the January 6 terrorist attack on the Capitol, Mattis denounced Trump's, quote, "use of the presidency to destroy trust in our election and to poison our respect for fellow citizens," end quote, and said that the, quote, "violent assault on our Capitol, an effort to subjugate American democracy by mob rule, was fomented by Mr. Trump," end quote. Just imagine anyone in Obama or Biden's cabinet, let alone one of their defense secretaries, saying that about them. Just imagine. Number 1, John Kelly. Another 4-star general, John Kelly was Trump's first Secretary of Homeland Security and second Chief of Staff. After being Trump's closest confidant in the White House, Kelly described Trump like this, quote, "What can I add that has not already been said? A person that thinks that those who defend their country in uniform or are shot down or seriously wounded in combat or spend years being tortured as POWs are all suckers because there's nothing in it for them. A person that did not want to be seen in the presence of military amputees because it doesn't look good for me. A person who demonstrated open contempt for a Gold Star family, for all Gold Star families on TV during the 2016 campaign, and rants that our most precious heroes who gave their lives in America's defense are losers and wouldn't visit their graves in France. A person who is not truthful regarding his position on the protection of unborn life, on women, on minorities, on evangelical Christians, on Jews, on working men and women. A person that has no idea what America stands for and has no idea what America is all about. A person who cavalierly suggests that a selfless warrior who has served his country for 40 years in peacetime and war should lose his life for treason in expectation that someone will take action. A person who admires autocrats and murderous dictators. A person that has nothing but contempt for our democratic institutions, our Constitution, and the rule of law. There is nothing more that can be said. God help us." End quote. And remember, these were Donald Trump's closest allies in the White House. What do you think was the harshest denouncement of Donald Trump by his former allies? Let us know in the comments. Spread the word by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with others.